What's up? My name is Kid Boogie, aka KB. I'm a popping dancer and I'm a music producer. I first started making music, kind of want to say 2005, 2006, because of course you guys know I'm a popping dancer, I'm a dancer, but also one of my best friends is a music producer. His name is Fingers. And every time I had like a judge solo to do or like any type of show, I would always ask Fingers to make me a song, like a special song for my judge solos. And every time I would go over there, like we would just be having fun, and I would be just like watching him do his thing. Like when he's making music, I'll start asking him questions like, "What are you doing there? Like, what is that? This isn't that." And then finally, I got the courage to ask him like, "Yo, I want to learn." And I remember he gave me Reason 5. And after that, he was like, "Here, you do this." He showed me a little bit of what to do. And then from there, I just started making music. It was whack, but I started. Music is everywhere in my daily life. From like when I wake up, I play music on my way to work, on my way back home. When I walk my dogs, I'm always listening to music. It's just every day music. If I'm not making music, I'm listening to music. If I'm not listening to music, I'm dancing to the music. It's just everywhere. Well, I have a few big influences with my music. Of course, my first influence is Fingers. He's my teacher. Like he taught me pretty much everything that I know. My biggest influence in music is the P-Funk. The Parliament Funkadelics, George Clinton, Bootsy Collins, Bernie, Bernie Worrell, the keyboardist. The whole Parliament Funkadelics. My favorite funk band is Cameo, who else? Clear. I have a lot of influences, and like my new influences is MoFac. I like the Funk Freak guys, the DJs, because they give us a lot of good funk. Who else I got? Temu. It's a bunch. There's a lot of people, man. But my biggest influences, I would say, is Fingers, Parliament Funkadelic, Cameo, Snoop Dogg. I grew up listening to Snoop, Ice Cube, like all the West Coast rap, G-Funk, XL Middleton, Monica, These are all my influences. Like I love listening to their music. The relationship between a popping dancer and the music, it's deep. Like they should, when a popping dancer, my message to the popping dancers: when you guys listen to music, don't just focus on the drums, because every time I watch a popping dancer listen to music, they're always on the dum clah, dum clah, dum clah, dum clah. That's cool, and that's very basic, you know what I mean? But the thing that you guys have to start thinking about is the groove behind that. Because, there's a lot of songs out there, there's a lot of, how do I say, popping beats that are very quantized. I don't know if you guys know what quantized means. It's when you make music, there's a grid, and when you put the drum sounds, like the kick and the snare, on that grid, it's very robotic. It makes the song very, and there's no human rhythms in the song. It's just very robotic, very computerized. So when poppers start dancing to music like this, they start looking very robotic and very, digital. You know what I mean? It's not groovy. It's not. It doesn't have a human groove to the drums. It doesn't have a human groove to the sounds, the bass line, the synths, you know what I'm saying? So I want to tell the popping dancers to look behind just the kick and the snare. look for the groove, look for that pocket, you know, because there's a pocket. There's a pocket in there that you can just sit there and just stay there the whole time and just play around with the vibes, you know, play around. You could sit in the pocket of that kick in the snare, and then inside that pocket you have the bass line. You know, you could and then you have the synths, the lead, you have the, you know, guitar. The other thing that a lot of poppin' dancers are missing nowadays is they only dance to loops, you know? When I dance to a loop and then I dance to a song that has people singing on it, rapping on it, talk boxing on it, vocoding, like when they have any types of lyrics, it makes the feeling just a bit more deeper, you know? So yeah, I'm not telling you guys not to dance to loops. Of course, practice to what you want to practice to, you know? But don't just limit yourself to that. Practice to everything. R&B has the deepest feeling in the world for you to dance to, you know? And it's the funkiest thing, you know? Practice to old school funk, because that's gonna give you a range of feelings, you know what I mean? Yes, practice to your loops, to your poppin' music, but don't just focus on that, you know? Be well-rounded. Have a better relationship to the music than just a kick and a snare. I kind of feel like the reason why dancers should dig deeper into music is because, okay, for example, these days, like this new generation, it's so easy for people to get any song. They could just go on YouTube and the song's already there. With me and my generation, well, with me especially, even now with me, I search for music. Like, if I want new music, I'm gonna go and dig for it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a DJ, so I don't dig for records, you know, which I should. I should start digging for records. But I go online and I start digging for music. I start like looking for different songs. Like, I'll look for this artist, and then I'll look at what this artist likes, and then I'll look at the artist that he likes, and then it'll just be a rabbit hole into something, you know? So the reason why I feel like poppers should start doing this is because I'm speaking for my experience, right? When I find that special song, I don't want to give it to nobody else, because I work hard to get this song. So me and this song have a special relationship, you know? So I want to kill this song before anybody else finds it. You know what I mean? So for me, this is another part of the dance that's being lost. Because before, I used to have a lot of music and people used to be like, yo, Kid Boogie, give me this song. And I'm like, nah, man, this is mine. I work hard for this, you know? It's like DJs back in the days. They used to look for records, and they used to go to the club and spin the record, and people would try to be like, yo, what's that song? Like, nah, bro, this is my shit. You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand with dancers. Like, dig for your music, you know? Don't share your music. Don't be so easily open to share with people. Like, oh, here's the song. Nah, you have to be the first one to kill that song when you first find it. That's the relationship between the dancer and the music, you know? Dig for it. You know, it's not just about feeling the music, it's also like finding the music, you know, that journey that takes you to that song, that special song that you're just like, yeah, I want to listen to this shit my whole life, you know? Music has a deep history, you know what I mean? And with California, with the West Coast, our history comes from funk, you know? Of course, you know, there's rock and roll. Well, I kind of want to say there's rhythm and blues, you know, like, no, I kind of want to say there's Motown, R&B, rhythm and blues and stuff. Then came rock and roll. Then, you know, Elvis Presley and all them, they stole rock and roll from, you know, the black community, you know what I mean? Then when Elvis Presley and all those guys stole rock and roll from them, then they created funk. You know, James Brown came and all this. So, you know, after James Brown came, the P-Funk, Parliament, and all them. Bootsy Collins was the bass player for James Brown's band. Then he went into the Parliament. Then they created a whole funk movement, and and a lot of people. It's funny because a lot of people, I used to have a brand called Walkout Funk Ride, and one of our logos was the funk hands, And it's funny because there was a couple of dancers from Europe, from France, and they saw my shirt, and my shirt had the funk hands, and they were like, "Oh, bro, you know what that means? That's rock and roll. That's the devil's hand." And they didn't know the history. They didn't know that rock and roll was, from the urban black community, and Elvis Presley and all of them. They stole rock and roll from them. So what Parliament did, what the Funkadelic did, is, okay, they stole this from us. We're gonna take this back and make that into the P-Funk. So that's where this comes from. This is funk. A lot of people don't know that, you know what I mean? So dancers and musicians should do their history about what they like and the music and the relationship, It's deep, it's very deep. It's very easy for somebody to see if the person has a special relationship with the music, Because when somebody has a special relationship with the song that's playing, they drag you in there with them and they make you feel what they're feeling, you know what I'm saying? But if you see somebody dancing to the song and you're not feeling something, that means they don't have a relationship with that song. Once they suck you into what they're doing and their dance, their little dance with that song, you could tell that, oh yeah, they're doing their homework because they have a relationship with that song. You could see it clearly. Yeah, I mean, for the new generation guy, or like the new popper that's barely getting into popping, and you're listening to the same thing, where you should start is, okay, internet radio, right? For me, it's very important that you listen to, like in America, we have this thing called Pandora, which is internet radio. And in Pandora, it gives you options to make a playlist. So I would go on Pandora and type in Cameo, right? And what Pandora does is it plays Cameo songs, but it also plays bands that are related to the same kind of genre that they are. So automatically you're gonna start finding new songs from bands that you ain't never heard before, you know what I mean? Then you start oh shit, I like this song. Screenshot the name, go into their albums, start listening to their albums, and start picking out songs that you like. Or you could go on SoundCloud. Whatever artist you like on SoundCloud, look at the people that they like, Look at the songs that artist is liking. Because nine times out of 10, it's gonna be the same kind of songs, the same kind of vibe, Even if it's a different kind of vibe, if you like this artist and he likes this song, it's most likely gonna be a good song, you know what I'm saying? Just start digging, That's what I mean. You gotta dig for that. You gotta dig for the funk. My last words is gonna be for the popping dancers trying to be beat makers or music producers. My biggest thing that I hate about a lot of music producers, I don't even want to call them music producers. I want to call them music editors. The thing that I hate is they take a loop from a very, and I love funk. So what they do is they loop a famous funk song. They just get the right loop, right? And they add a fucking a really loud clap to the song, and it ruins the song. It takes all the feeling out of the song because, for one, they don't know the tone of the song. They don't know what key the song is in. So when they add this clap, the clap is out of tone. It's not in tune with the song. So the tone of the clap and the song is different. So it's already clashing, right? then the clap is already loud as fuck, so you can't really hear the clap, the song. So right there, the kick and the clap that you added, it's ruining the song. You need to stop doing that. You need to stop. The other thing that I want to advise on is the DJs. The DJs that are playing at popping battles, you guys need to stop fucking playing this shit at battles. You do, because it's ruining the dance. Play real music. Don't play this bullshit that it's loops and so-called remixes of songs. They're terrible. They're terrible remixes. They are, you know? For my popping dancers, if you want to make music, learn how to play an instrument. Learn how to groove to the music. Don't quantize. You know, study the greats. Study J Dilla. Study Battle Cat. DJ Quick. Who else? Fingers. Study Mofak studied. That's why he's so good. He talked to Battle Cat. He studied with Sono, Big Sono. He's a West Coast artist out here. Really dope, you know? Stop making this crap music, please. We're tired of dancing to this shit, you know? It's that plain and simple. Give a big shout out to my family, you know, in Finland, All for Funk. You guys know Kid Boogie will always support you guys. Peace.